What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 57 and today's topic will be pagination. So this is one of the very interesting and very unique tutorials. So I got so many requests that if our dataset size is bigger, for example in the last video, in the tutorial 51 we actually did one exercise by reading from database, and after that we generated the PDF file. In that case we only have, I believe, 20 or 25 data, so everything was fine with one page. But for example, you were having 10,000 record or maybe more than 10,000 record. In that case, how to distribute the data within multiple pages? For example, the same thing in pagination. Okay, so you have to apply some sort of custom logic to achieve this thing. So for doing the pagination, I actually thought of creating this tutorial, and I think and actually I got so many requests, so I thought that this is the right time to record this video as an exercise. Okay, so first thing, so we'll read from database with 10,000 records, and after that we'll use this record to generate our PDF data. And for that reason we need to use some sort of database. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you my database actually. So I have a database here, so I have created a database. Okay, and inside that I have a table called EMP. So let me open this thing. Okay, so new query window. So many of you already surprised that what kind of client I'm using. Actually this is SQL Pro, and actually I'm using Mac, so that is why I like this. This is not SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so if I run this thing, see guys, I got 10,000 record. So I'll be going to use this data to generate our PDF report. Okay, so I'll be doing everything from the scratch. Like I'll connect to the database, I'll read the data, and after that I'll apply the pagination logic to generate the PDF file with multiple pages, and the different pages will be having this data distributed. Okay, so let me minimize this thing. So this is our code, so let me open this thing. Okay, so this was the code from my last tutorial, I think. Yes. Okay, so let me remove this thing. So this is, I believe, yes, this is from the tutorial 56. Remove this thing. So we'll start it from the beginning. Okay, so first thing, it should be like tutorial 57, and after that we'll be going to write everything one by one. Okay, so first thing, we need to import all the libraries or packages. Okay, right, so this is normal. So till now I think I am actually recording this video after maybe 1 month, so most of you maybe forgot. If those are actually doing practice, for them it will be easy. So first thing, we are going to read from database, so we need Odbc. Okay, so it will be Odbc. We need IO, right, as we are going to read from some file. Why we need file, I'll tell you later. Okay, next important thing, we need, let's say, date time to generate some sort of data. Date time, like at by what time the file got generated. Okay, so next thing, maybe I'm thinking what else, maybe from report lab dot pdf gen import canvas. Okay, then from report lab dot platypus, then we'll be going to take, I believe, table is one of the most important, because we'll be going to create multiple table. Okay, then table style, we need frame, right, we need frame, we need definitely paragraph. We'll be going to write something. Okay, so paragraph, where is paragraph? Yes, paragraph is here, and we need some get sample style sheet. Where is that? Okay, sample style sheet is not here. Probably we can get something special, right? Okay, so style sheet will be in the inside the lib actually. Okay, so next thing, from reportlab.lib reportlab.lib.units, we need centimeter. Then next thing from reportlab.lib, I think we need dot styles, import get sample style sheet. Okay, I believe everything is done. No more thing is required. So if something is required, we'll do it. So first thing first, we need to connect to the database. For that, we need to use some user ID and password. So that user ID and password is available in this file. So first we need to read from this file. Okay, so with io dot, actually I can avoid this thing, but just to give you guys full exercise. So whenever we are doing some full exercise, so this is going to be full. So that is why. So in the future, if you have any same kind of requirement, you can easily implement those things. So it will be R, and after that it will be encoding equals to UTF-8 as F1. Okay, so then we have to read this thing. Okay, so grade underscore data equals to F1 dot read, right? Then we'll be going to close this thing, F1 dot close. And as I said, as I know actually the file is only having one line, so we don't need to split this thing. So rather we can just create what do you say, just something like comma separated thing. So grade underscore data equals to grade underscore data dot split, because as I said it is going to be comma separated like this. So first thing first, server, then database, then username and password. So we need 4 things. As I know 4 things are in the file actually, so I can do it. Okay, so first thing, so this is actually going to be 0. Okay, so as I know first is 0. I'm not going to open the credential file guys, so some sensitive informations are there, but I'll be going to show you my username actually, so you guys can easily able to understand. Okay, or maybe I can show you the database name. Okay, 2. Okay, so this is going to 3. So let's print server and database. Okay, so you guys will be able to understand what is there in the file. Okay, so see, this is my server and this is the database. Okay, so everything is coming quite fine. So now I'll be going to create the connection object from the Odbc. Okay, so this is going to be we'll be going to create the connection object first, right? So let's do something here. Okay, so before we create something, let's define the PDF file object. Okay, PDF equals to canvas dot canvas. So in our case it will be tutorial 57 dot PDF. Let's define some flowable object, flow underscore obj equal to this. Let's translate this thing, PDF dot translate. So this is going to be centimeter and centimeter, some usual thing, normal thing, which is going to be always same. So if someone is already watching our series and already like did some sort of practice with reportlab, for them it will be easy. As I told you guys, if you are not clear about other concepts, then it will be very difficult for you to understand. So let me, okay, like this. So until this part is completed, so now I'll be going to create the connection object first. So it will be con underscore object, just any arbitrary name. So this is going to be odbc dot connect. Okay, So here actually I'll be going to write all this thing. Okay, so this is going to be double quotes. Okay, and after that we'll be write driver. Okay, this is the usual thing, guys. Okay, and inside that you have to like write this, and it will be SQL and server, right? So it should be SQL and it will be server. Okay, right? And after that semicolon, and next thing is going to be our actual server. Okay, right? So it will be server equals to, okay, and until this part is everything fine, now we'll be going to replace this with some sort of standard string variable. So like this. Okay, so what is our server? So this is going to be server, so we'll write server. Okay, and after that another plus sign, and we'll be going to use this thing, right? So from here actually the semicolon. Okay, and we'll be going to write database. Okay, so database, then equals to same thing, then plus, and database will be going to be database. Okay, so database is done, then this plus thing here, this string concatenation actually. So then this thing, then semicolon. Okay, and then again we'll be going to write the UID. Okay, means user ID. So UID and then equals. So this is going to be this, and here we'll be going to use our username actually. So this is going to be user name, then this, then this, then this. Okay, right? The next thing is going to be our password. So in that case it will be password and equals to, that's it, right? So after that like this, and we'll be going to write password. Okay, so everything is done, I believe. Okay, so next thing is going to create the data object. So data underscore object equals to current underscore object dot cursor actually. So it is going to create the data object. Okay, and now we'll be going to write the actual query. Okay, right? So before doing that, let me check whether this connection string is working or not. Okay, so let me try to run this thing. So something cannot open SQL server, file not found. Okay, it is saying file not found, some error is there actually, I am not sure. Okay, we got some error actually, I think. Let's fix this error. Driver equals to SQL server, server equals to, okay, until this fine, then this, then comma, database equals to database. Okay, UID, then this UID equals to username, then this, then password equals to password. Okay, so something strange, I'm not sure why this is saying that file not open. So let me check one more time the query if it is fine. I believe everything is fine, like SQL server driver equals to SQL server is fine, no spelling mistake at all, right? SQL server, then server this thing, then server plus like this, then database equals to database, right? Database, then user, then database is there, then UID equals to username, right? And then password equals to not sure why this is saying file not found, SQL driver connect error. Okay, so this is strange actually, I am not sure why I am getting this error. So guys, maybe in my system there is some issue. Just give me some time. Let me restart my machine and come back. Okay. So guys, actually I did some research in the internet. So I got this thing that for connecting to SQL Server above 13, you need to specify the driver name actually. So in our case, I'm going to connect to the SQL Server 17 or 16 or so. That is why I'm using this thing. So in the internet, if you just search with the error, whatever we are getting, so we will see this thing. So I believe just somehow it got misplaced. Okay, so let's run this thing. See, there is no error, so it means it is working. So what I'll do now, so that's just to check whether I get everything or not. So data underscore obj dot, so it is going to be fetch all. So if you guys remember this thing, I believe you all know. So first thing first, you have to execute this thing, right? And after that you have to fetch. So this is going to be this is going to be execute, and inside that you have to write your query. So it is going to be like select star from, let me check the table name. So this is going to be this. Okay, so as we are going to like get all the all the columns, so this is going to be fine. So let's run this thing, see if we got any error or something. So it is perfectly okay, no error. So whenever you get that error, file not found, it means it is trying to search your driver file inside your machine. So actually I was trying in Windows machine, and after that I just log into this my Mac machine. So Mac is actually somehow related to Linux thing, so that is why you have to like specify this driver version. If you're working in Windows, you have to just write SQL Server, it will find. But if you're working in Linux or Mac, in that time you have to explicitly mention the driver version. Okay, so this is done. So next thing will be, you have to get all the queries actually, all the data. For that actually you need to write data underscore obj, and this is going to be fetch, I believe fetch all. I'm not sure why this is etc fetch all, and let's data underscore row. Let's run this thing. So everything is running. So actually this is going to return a list. So let me check the count, though then it will be easier to understand that how many data came actually. So in our case it will be 10,000. So data underscore row. So let's see whether 10,000 is showing or not. So we got exactly 10,000. So if you see here, let me run this thing query so I can show you guys. Run. See, we have 10,000 records. Okay, so now we'll be going to read one by one everything, and we'll be going to write in our thing. So let me just create some sort of thing. Read credential file. Okay, like this. Setup PDF file related objects. Establish the DB connection and get whole data set. So now data set is there. Now we have to do some sort of logic building for our pagination. So how many data you have? We have 10,000. So maximum how much we can print in a single page? Let's say 30 is fine. We can print easily 30. Maybe more than 30 is possible, just to make it make it something like more spacious and not like jumbled on top of every other column. So I think 30 is the best thing to use. So I'll be going to use 30. Okay, so now let's check here pagination logic. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. So let's say count. Okay, so I'm just going to get the count. Okay, So count equals to length of data underscore row. So we get some count. Okay, and after that we'll be getting something num equals to count, let's say by 30. It means I'm just going to have only 30 records in every page. So this is going to give me the number, for example, if you divided the number of pages and how to distribute that pages among the different thing, we'll get it here actually. So it's going to be like this. Okay, and this, then what will happen, we'll get some additional thing. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is going to be int, and we'll be going to count by num. Okay, and after that we'll be going to create an additional list, count underscore new equals to nothing, and we'll be going to have something called x is like this. So I'll explain you guys what I'm trying to do. So now while is going to be x, so x will be 0 actually. So x plus a, and this is less than the count. Okay, means this one we will be going to append. Okay, so it will be count, we'll be going to append actually. Okay, so first call item will be 0, so it is going to start dot append what we are going to append. This is going to be x plus a, will be going to append inside here. Okay, we'll be going to append actually x. So x, and x is equals to x plus a. Now I'll tell you what is going to happen here. Okay, so once this is done, so let's just print this thing. So now you guys will be able to understand what I actually did. So let me first write this thing, then I will explain. Okay, so I also took some time to develop this thing. See, so first page will start from 0 and it will end, means in the first page there will be 30 records, and after that 60, like that. So this is every page. So how many pages are there? So it will be like this. If you go here and if you see, this is how actually elements are distributed among every page. So this is the count of first page, this is the count of second page, this is the count of third page, like this thing. And if you print like this, okay, so this will be the length of our PDF page. So 334 pages will be there. So how I develop this logic, now I'll explain this thing. Okay, just understand this thing carefully. So here actually I'm getting length, and after that I'm dividing length with 30, means I want only 30 records in our page. I got 30, and now what will happen after I got 30, I just divided that count with 30, so I got something like a, right? So let me print here what is actually a, so you'll be able to understand what is happening here. See here, so I got this 30 exactly. It means that in every page I need to have only 30 30 plus 30 plus 30, like that way it will go. Okay, so after that what is happening here, I just created a random variable, random, just giving a name x, and I start with 0. Okay, and after that I'm just appending this thing every time with 30. Like why 30? So this number is exactly divisible by 30, and what is happening after that, so what I'll do, in the last page maybe the record could be more than 30 or less than 30. So in the last page what I'll do, I will just go from that record to whatever is there until that. Okay, so that is why I'm just doing this thing. I know this is going to be very complex, because this is the list where actually I'll be getting every data. For example, okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so let me just print this thing. Okay, so what I'll be going to do, okay, so this is actually, if you write this thing here 0 and the same thing 1, what you will get? You will get 0 and 30. Just think about this thing. And now if I print, this is our actual data row, right? So now you have to slice, apply slice. So data row, and after that, if you start with this and I'm going to end this, so we'll get exactly 30 records. See, we got exactly 30 records. So now I'll be going to apply loop. The loop will start with 0 and every time it will be increased. So that is why I did like this thing. So this is going to be very complex, guys, but I'm just giving you guys the right way of doing this. This is the only way you can apply this pagination logic. There could be something more efficient, but I actually took maybe 2-3 hours time to develop this logic. So the pagination in reportlab, because it is going to be very interesting. So now I got this thing. So now the fun part will start. So we need to define some sort of frames and everything, and after that we'll be going to write. Okay, so our fundamental objective is done, the pagination logic and everything is done. So now we'll be going to create one frame. So let's create a frame 1 with frame. So maybe frame the best possible thing. Maybe it will start from 10, 40 from down. Okay, and maybe we can make it, let's say 360. Okay, 360, and maybe 280 is fine, and show boundary is equals to 1. Okay, so now let's create the styles things. It will be get sample style sheet. Okay, like this thing done. So now create some sort of text for the first page. This is going to be, this is the database report for pagination. Okay, and I want this thing to be like B and /B. Okay, probably after that we can use some sort of break. Okay, and maybe like this. Okay, so you can like this is fine. Okay, now we'll create T1 for paragraph. We have, so we create a paragraph object. Paragraph, this is going to be like test, and style equals to this is going to be normal, and after that we'll be going to append this thing with this flowable object. So this is going to be, we have created, why have we created the flowable object? Yes, we have created the flowable object. So this is going to be flow underscore object dot append. This is going to be T1, and after that we'll be going to give some sort of space. Okay, so this is going to be flow underscore object. Will be going to create some sort of space. Okay, so and we'll be going to use the spacer. Okay, so let's use it for 6x6 space. Okay, like what I'm trying to do, I'm just writing the first page, I'm writing this thing, and after this I'm going to give some sort of space. Okay, so until the first page part is done, so this is also done, so I believe we can write another text. Okay, using this thing. So maybe I can generate the time, maybe that is the right thing. Okay, data generated at then this, and maybe can concatenate this thing with str, maybe str, then we have already date time dot date time dot now. Right, fine, we are appending this thing, so probably we can create a t2, and this is going to be t2. So that's it. We append this thing, and after that I don't think we want any spacer after that. Okay, so we have to just append this thing to the form. So what will happen now? So frame 1 dot add from list, so we'll be going to append our flowable object and our PDF. So it is done. So maybe we can just save this thing just to check whether our first page is generated properly or not. Okay, I'm just giving this thing, this is the database report and data generated at this time, just to check it. So let's run this thing. It is completed, so first page is completed. Let's refresh this thing. See, got this thing. Let's check. See, we got this thing. This is the database report for pagination, N-A-T-I-O-N, pagination, and data generated at this thing. So this is fine, our first page is completed. Okay, fine. So now what we'll do, we'll try to do the remaining thing. So as we are going to write multiple pages, so it will be show page. Okay, right. So our first page is completed. Now the main or the most challenging part of generating the data. So we'll be going to write here looping for pagination. Right, so it will be starts with for j in range. Okay, so this is going to be length of, we have count, this one count underscore new. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's define a new frame equals to, and now this time this is going to be 10, 40, let's say 560 and 780, and show. Right, okay, like this. So now we'll be going to define our data for the data 1. Let's create something like that. So as we know, we are our headers are like this thing. So we got something from here actually, but we haven't exactly see what are the data are here. So let me just check this thing, what are the columns here. So we have employee ID, F name, company, department, email, job. Okay, so let me write everything here actually. Okay, so this is going to be just thinking how to write this thing. Okay, so this is going to be employee ID. I'm just going to write the header of the table. Okay, employee ID, F name, S name, company, department. Okay, so this is going to be department, and next thing, let me open this thing again. So after department we have email and job. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just give job, and after that email. Okay, so this is done. So our header is completed. Now next thing is that will be I'm just thinking header is done, then we'll be going to create the condition. Okay, so first thing first, I'm just thinking there could be two condition. Okay, so first thing, let me write this thing. So now for row in data underscore row, data row means this one actually, for data in data row. Okay, so we need to now write each and everything one by one. Okay, so first I will get the error, and after that I'll show why we need if else condition. Actually in the loop we need two condition, if and else. So I'll be going to do the mistake first, then I will explain, and then I'll do. Okay, so first thing first, I'll be for this to this. Okay, like this, and if this is going to happen, then what will happen? So for data in data row, there is for data in data row, and here actually we'll be going to use this thing, like whatever we just now he saw. This is going to be it is going to start from 0, so it will be count underscore new j, and then right. So it will be starts from 0, and it will go until the first, like 0 and 1 means 0 to 30, like this way it is be going to do. What is happening? Count 0, this is going to be count 0 to count j plus 1. Fine. Okay, so yes, so this is fine. So this is going to be the usual slicing. So it will be count j means count 0 means 0 to count 30 means from 0 to 30 for the data row it is going to take this thing. Okay, so like that way every time it is going to get this thing. So now I'll be going to append this thing. Okay, so data1 dot append is going to be row dot this is going to be row dot emp id. Let me check everything in capital, this thing, emp id, fname, sname, company, department, email, job. Okay, fine. So employee id, and after that this is going to be row fname. Okay, then row dot sname. Okay, then row dot company, right, then row dot department, then row dot job, and last one will be email. So row dot email. And you all know for table we have to pass everything in a list. Okay, so it will be list actually, sorry, like this. Okay, done. So completed, our data building part is completed. Okay, so it is going to append one by one. So until 30 it will go until 30, and after that we'll be going to append this thing after we came out of the loop. Okay, so I'm just thinking how to do. Now we'll be going to define our table actually. So we'll be going to create the table here actually, table. Okay, let's run this thing first. Let's see. I'll, as I told you, like I'll be going to get one error. So I will be getting one error at the last. Okay, so index out of range error I'll get. Okay, so let's run this thing. See, list index out of range. For example, when j reaches at the end, the j plus 1 is not exist, like for the last thing, for the last element. So this is going to fail actually. So that time how to deal with this thing. Okay, for that, as I told you, we need to write one special if and else. Okay, so this is going to be placed here actually. Okay, if j equals to the length, okay, count underscore new minus 1. Okay, means when it is reaches to the last element. Okay, what is going to happen then? So then it will go for this loop. For row, this is only going to be successful for only the last page. Okay, not else. Okay, so for row in data underscore row, and this is going to be data j and whatever is left, like this. Okay, this is going to be like this. Same thing, will be going to append everything here, and there will be one else condition. Okay, so let me copy this thing. Okay, same thing is going to be applicable for this thing as well. Okay, so if then else, like this. Okay, so now the table thing. Okay, so table will be created here actually with the table body, means table data, right? So let me create table variable. Table equals to did I import table actually? Let me check. Yes, table is there. So here it will be data 1, and then we have to use the column width and column height. So this will be column width will be list. So let me define this thing. So this is small, this is small, this is small, this is actually bigger, and this is bigger, and as our last column email is actually a bit bigger, so I need to define this thing in a such a way so everything is fine. So this is going to be like 40 40 40 40, everything is 40, fine. Department could be 50 is fine, then maybe company is fine, then 100 is department, job is 50, and maybe 160 is email, fine. Okay, so this is fun. Then we'll be going to use row like heights. So row heights is going to be row heights, and probably we can use list comprehension here, cause we'll be going to deal with only 30. So it will be, let's say 15 for I in range of data 1, right? Data 1 means here the length of 30. Okay, so there will be total 30 column like this. So this is done. So now I'll be going to create the style. So this is going to be ts equals to like table why this is not coming? Did I forget to import? No, I didn't, but it is not coming. This is strange actually. Table style. So how this is going to be happen? So it will be here actually inside a list, and inside a list there will be every element like this. actually. So like this, like this, and like so we'll be going to have maybe, I think, let's write one by one, so depending on that we'll again extend. So first thing is grid. So grid we need, and this is going to be let's say grid will start from 0 0 means the from the first, and it is going to be continue till -1 means everything. Okay, -1 let's say with this 2, and maybe color is red, that is fine. colors dot YOLO. Okay, I'm just thinking why this is showing error. Why color is not coming? Okay, I actually forgot to import color, so this is going to be from reportlab .lib import colors. Now this will work. As we see, it is working. So grid is done. So I'll just going to copy this thing, then it will be easier. Okay, so after grid, probably we have background, GROUND. background is only going to be have some color. Okay, so I believe so every thing is going to be background 0 1. Let's see, there will be two background, only one for header and one for the first thing. So 0 to 1 means the first 0 0 means it will start from the first column, first row, and 0 to 1 means 0 to 1 means first column, second row. Okay, so we will use maybe again this background thing. Okay, here so in our case all this thing is going to be 0 to 1, and this is going to be -1 is going to be light blue, means all the remaining columns will be in light blue. Okay, and we don't need this thing. Okay, this thing, and the header is going to be in a different color. So header is going to be 0 1. Okay, 0 0 0 0, and only it is limited to with the first thing. So it is going to be like -1 and 0, the first. Okay, so header, for the header I don't want to change anything, the same thing. And the grid maybe change then red, maybe like this. So as it starts with 0 0 means the first 0 0 to -1 0 means the first row, and this after the first row 0 to 1. Okay, next thing is size of the font. Maybe size this is going to be same for everything. Okay, so I think okay, so what I'll do, so this is going to be size 0 0 to -1. Let's say size is going to be 6. I want into smaller font. Let's see how it is going to like work, and depending on that we can change it later. So after that maybe we can have one more for the alignment. Okay, so let's write this thing as well. So align, so this is going to be left, actually left align. So in capped left. So everything is done. Yes, right. So after that we'll be going to just assign this with our table style. So so this is going to be table. We have to set actually table dot set style, and we'll be going to use this TS. Okay, and after that we have to append this thing to our flowable object. So flow object dot append will be this TS. Okay, and after that we'll be going to add in the frame. So frame dot add from list. This is going to be believe everything is fine till now. Whatever we did, everything looks okay. I didn't find anything, and this is going to be flow object, and this is going to be our PDF thing. But I think before I append this thing, I need to append the table. Actually I forgot to append this table, so what I'm doing, just create a space actually at the top. This is going to be table actually, not TS. Okay, and cut. Before I do, I want to actually append some space actually. I don't want to keep it, let's say 8. Okay, append, and after that just create PDF dot show page, right? Something like this. At the end we need to actually save this thing. I believe one condition, for one condition everything is fine. I want to write the same thing here as well. This is for actually if condition, sorry, else condition. For if also this is going to be the same thing. So it will start from here actually, like this. Okay, and this. Okay, everything is done. So once everything is done, so here actually we can just create PDF dot save. So that's it guys. So now if I run this thing, it should work. Okay, or probably we'll get some error. So what I'll do, let me just make it a bit smaller now. Okay, so everything is done. Okay, so let's run this thing. So let me remove this thing first. Okay, so let me refresh this thing. Nothing is there. So let's run this thing. Okay, I actually mistakenly run the wrong file. So it is working. So here it is saying list object cannot be interpreted as integer. Okay, okay, so here it will be length. Actually I forgot, it should be range length of data 1 actually. So I forgot. So as I told you, it happens. So this is normal thing. You have to use length. Okay, so what happened, values to unpack 4, too many values to unpack, where actually I got this error. Flow frame dot add from list flow object and PDF. So it is saying expected 4, too many values. Okay, background self dot background. Okay, so actually by mistake I gave sized for background, so it should not be there. And for align also we should not have any number. So let's run this thing. Hopefully this should work now. Okay, again I got this error. Okay, so I changed for this thing, but for this thing it is still there actually. So we need to remove this background from here and this align from here. So now this should be fine. So see, sometime it happens. As I told you, it is a long code and too many things you have to remember. So but it's fine, if you know the things you'll be able to debug. So it's working. So let's see. So it's terminated. So if I refresh this thing, refresh, so I got this thing here. Okay, so our first thing, it's 6:43. My computer time is also 6:44. Just now it created actually. Oh nice, see, it looks nice actually. Okay, and as I told you, it is 335. Why 335? Because in the initially we saw 334, so I just created one extra page, so that is why it is 335. So just randomly check this thing, everything looks fine. So in the last page the count should be less actually, not 30. So let me go to the last page. Okay, see, as I told you, it's like this. So as I see 30, so easily we can give some more, like maybe 10 also possible. So let's change something here with 40 and let's play around with this thing. Okay, let's see how many pages are now going to be counted. So it's happening, let's see. Okay, so let's open this thing. See, it got decreased from 335 to 251. So 40, yes, this looks nice actually, right? Perfect actually. Looks nice. Okay, let's do something. I think you can easily print 5 more lines. 1 2 3 4 5. Think this 3 easily can come over here. So let's do some more experiment. Let's 45. So I'm just giving you things. Okay, it's done. So 45, it is fast as well. See, it is 224 now, 251 to 224. Okay, cool. So many other things you can keep on everything. You can see it is like aligned at the top actually. You can make it center and other things also possible to do. You can do many things actually. So possible actually, these things are possible. Okay, so what I'll do guys, so our job is done. So let me just take a screenshot of this thing. Okay, like this. So let me take a screenshot. Let me minimize this thing. Okay, for our PDF. Okay, pictures, picture from file. Let's print this. Let's, okay, like this. Okay, so this is done. Let me just save it. So I'll be going to explain the code now from the beginning. So for the last time, so here actually we are reading the credential from the credential file, right? It is clear. We are just defining the PDF file related objects, and after that I'm just creating the connection string, the query, and I'm generating the whole data set here. And after that I'm just checking how many size of the data set, and after that I'm just dividing this thing to 45. Why 45? I want to have 45 as a count, and after that I'm just again dividing this thing with this thing. Okay, I'm just getting the numbers like how many like distribution of the pages. Okay, so exactly in this case we got some number, and after that I'm just creating this while loop so that the count should not be like greater than this. And after that I'm just appending this x with a and appending this thing with a new list, so it is going to give you like 0, 30, 45, something similar. Okay, and once this is done, I am just writing this 2 paragraph of this like generated at this time, this is your data, something a very generic thing. And here actually the actual thing is happening. It is checking with the length of this thing. This is normal thing, but there could be two conditions. Like we are going from the first element to the next element. We are just going to like create some sort of a slice with the whole thing. Okay, so when I do j+1, if the last element, it will get failed. So for that we have a checking that if it is a last element or not. If it's a last element, it will be not going to do with the j+1. It will just go to j, and after whatever is there, it is going to take everything from there. Okay, so this is how the logic has been developed, and the remaining things are table thing, nothing else. But you guys can do something else. Whatever is written in the table at the column value, you can change something from the design point of view. You can do many things. You can create page number, you can create some sort of watermark. Those things are possible, but all these tutorials are actually covered in my series. So this is a new thing I thought of create this tutorial, because the pagination was not completed or covered in the actual tutorial part. But as I promised that the remaining parts will be more or less hands-on or use case driven, so that is why I took some time. So now you understand, if you follow this code, you can do anything. Like you are having 1 million data set or 10,000 or 100,000. if you follow the approach, you need to only tweak these things, this row number of like columns and all things you can change, but remaining things will be going to be the same, right? Okay guys, so that's all for today. But before I end this topic, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button. If someone is watching our channel for the first time, guys, please join our channel, subscribe to our channel. You should hit the bell icon as well, so you should not miss any notification. And you can watch our other playlist as well, or all are hands-on driven. I'll highly recommend you guys. And for the last but not least, thank you very much for all the Udemy students for purchasing this course. You guys are amazing, and same thing is applicable for you. If you guys are having any example or use case or something similar, please feel free to write me. I'll try to include this in the use case, in the use cases in the remaining tutorials. So there will be multiple use cases are coming. So this course is not going to be end. So I'll be going to continue this course for at least next 6 months. So probably there will be 20 or 30 more use cases. Who knows? And if you have some complex use case, please let me know. I'll try to incorporate all this. And in case if you guys are having any clarification, doubt, or something you are not able to understand, please feel free to write me. I'll always there to help you. Okay, so that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please feel free to write me if you have any question. Till then, take care, goodbye, and hope to see you in the next video very soon. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.